Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister are powered up to share their expertise on the business end. But don't forget to tell a friend or a colleague, and of course have your tools on hand, your notebook and your pen. Classes are in session every Tuesday, 3:30 on Gospel JA for the business end. Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister await you.
Welcome to another episode of The Business End. And today we have a mega episode for you today. We here at The Business End, we provide practical and real solutions to move your business forward by speaking with experts in the field and entrepreneurs. And today we have a distinguished man of God who attributes all his success to the fact that he surrendered his life to God at an early age. And throughout all of that, God has helped him to succeed both in career and in his business. He now serves as a deacon at the Bethel Gospel Assembly. We have with us today in studio as our guest, Mr. Garfield Coke, the founder and CEO of Exodus Insurance Brokers. Sir Garfield Coke has over 33 years of service in the financial industry, where he serviced mega clients, high net worth clients, and he also spoke to and of course managed elite athletes. We have with us a man that has served in the beginning of his career. He served at NCB. That is in 1987. And through his work there, he was solicited by an insurance company. Get this, that's now named Sagicor. And in his first year, get this, ladies and gentlemen, this man was called to the $1 Million Round Table, the Century Club, and Rookie of the Year. This man was a super producer in his first year, topping the entire Sagicor company. This man, Mr. Coke, sets record like Usain Bolt. He sets the record for the most premiums and commissioned in the month of 2008. And he also later broke that old record for the most commission and premium income in a month in 2010. This man is a record breaker. This man has been doing it. This man has completed LIMRA International Windsor, Connecticut Agent Management Training course. He was accredited between 2008 and 2010. This man has been at the $1 Million Round Table. Get this, not one, not two, not 3 times, 16 times, ladies and gentlemen, 16 times. He has been at the court table, which is, he tells me, is 3 times the standard here. And he has been there at 2008 and 2010. This man, I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, is a mega record achiever. We have with us a man that has received awards with the Career for Activity Awards. He's a Caribbean Sales Achievement Awardee. This man is Sir Garfield Coke. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
It's a delight to have you, sir. Now, we made mention that you are also the CEO and founder of Exodus Insurance Brokers. Now, tell us, who is Exodus Insurance Brokers and what do you offer?
Exodus Insurance Brokers is everything insurance. Basically, we are a one-stop center, I don't like to say shop,
yes,
for all classes of insurance. So we do insurance generally for anything that you need to insure, from the womb to the tomb.
Well, I don't like the tomb, but from the womb to more life. Yes, yes. So what are some of the offerings that you have in terms of general insurance, life insurance, and stuff like that?
All right, so we're licensed to sell all classes of insurance. So we're talking
Yes.
about things like people not used to, like marine insurance, aviation insurance,
Yes.
motor, that is the most popular one, and property. And we
Yes.
also do life, critical health, just about anything that's insurance, we offer it.
Yes, yes. Certainly. We may mention certain awards that you would have won, and you are very successful at business. What you say is the factors that would have led to your success in business and in your career?
Well, as you mentioned, I got saved very early, so I learned the discipline of Bible study and doing things right. I didn't
Yes.
get involved in a lot of other things. So basically, I make a blueprint every year,
Yes.
and I write in pencil and put it to God. And he come with eraser and he guide me along the way. Pretty much though, persistence, discipline, and consistency are some of the traits that I use to ensure that I am successful. But importantly, you must have a passion for what you do.
You must be passionate about the business that you're in. And it comes with discipline. I hear Hebrews 12 verse 11 speaking in my ears. But let me continue, sir. So what really sets you apart? There are a lot of persons offering insurance. I'm sure all the viewers and listeners have been having those agents calling their phone. What separates your business from your competitors within the industry?
Well, in Jamaica, there's a lot of persons that don't follow compliance. We are regulated by the FSC, and we definitely deal with compliance. We are always compliant. The next thing is that we retain 99% of our clientele. So that means that we're offering good customer service.
Yes.
We also basically do things like remote purchases.
Yes.
So persons don't necessarily have to come into our office. In fact, 75% of our business is done remotely. And that gives the ease of you can stay at your desk, you can stay in your home, and you can be covered just by using remote service. Those things definitely, I think, has been the pull. But most importantly, our staff members have bought into the vision that we have, and they're exceeding the targets, and they're encouraged to move further with that. And when you get the staff buying in, then definitely you have a winner there.
Could you expound a little bit? What is that buy? What are they bought into that mission and vision for your company? What have they bought into?
Well, one of the things that they have bought into is our mantra,
Yes.
which is Exodus 13:21-22. By day the Lord went ahead of them in a pillar of cloud to guide them on their way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, so that they could travel by day or night. Neither the pillar of cloud by day nor the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people who believe in trusting God
Yes.
and using His guidance. And so 90% of our staff are Christians.
Yes.
And so we spend some time praying, we spend time putting together. But when we have our targets and we're tracking them monthly, basically we're trusting God to achieve them. And so that's the kind of buying. And once they achieve them, they get more faith in what they do, and the blessings just keep coming. So definitely that's one of the things that we're buying into. We have our targets each year going 5, 10, 15, 20 years. And we're working towards them. We're encouraged and motivated to move towards them.
You took your mantra from Exodus, and your name of your company is Exodus Insurance Broker. Is there any link there, sir?
Definitely. Well, first thing is that I moved out of managing something for someone else.
Yes.
And it was like an exodus. A couple of the staff that were there, they came when I started my brokerage, they came with me. And so even our logo is a fire and a cloud that shows that entire movement of the Exodus. Incidentally, we are going through the Exodus experience as a company.
Yes, yes.
But we'll go along each day, and we continue to fight.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your name must mean something. Your name must invoke an action. And what he's saying is that his vision, his mission is also linked to Exodus, the book of Exodus in the Bible. And his name is also linked to Exodus. And that is the reason why it has the culture of buying and for excellence. Now, sir, you're in the business of insurance. Mm-hmm. How does a business owner use insurance to propel their business for growth and for success?
Well, first thing in business, there's a lot of risk that you have to take. Risk impacts can either put your business totally it can cause total business failure. So you need to indemnify yourself from the things that can cause business failure. One of the things that can cause business failure is not having enough cash.
Yes.
So you need to have capital. You need to indemnify that capital through insurance. I mean, we have general insurance that covers like for robberies or infidelity or fidelity as it relates to staff, pilferage and that sort of thing. You want to ensure that whatever the risk that comes upon you unexpectedly, you can be put back in the same position.
Yes.
So whether you're doing construction, you do a contractor's all risk, whether you're doing manufacturing and you have warehouse, whatever it is, you protect those things to make sure that if there's any natural disaster or anything happening, you are not left out of sort. So insurance itself indemnifies the businessman from total business failure by protecting his assets, his cash, his liquidity, and his staff.
Yes. It's a point that I want to echo and I want to reiterate. In my coaching sessions, I always make mention that persons need to have insurance, whether from a personal finance management or from a company management. Because guess what? Stuff may happen. We can't predict what's going to happen, but stuff may happen. And if they happen, you want to be able to draw on some of those insurance policies so that you're not back to square one when the call of those damages or theft, as what Mr. Cook has mentioned. And so what happens is that you move from strength to strength if the eventuality of those mishaps should happen. And from a financial standpoint, that sets you apart and will ensure that your business and your finances remain with the legs that is required for improvement. Now, I'm sure with all of the protection that you made mention of, I'm sure that their business comes with challenges. And with notwithstanding, persons are going to encounter challenges. And so too, you may have encountered challenges in your own business. What are some of the challenges? If you can name 2 or 3, what are some of the challenges that you have encountered and how have you dealt with them?
Well, one of the major challenges that when we started business, we started in just about 2019 November, and our full operation started 2020 January, and COVID came right away.
Right there.
So we started with the individual line business because that's what my background is in. And when COVID came on, where you couldn't see people face to face and you have to network, I had to move swiftly to the general insurance business, and that's how we have the remote offerings being done. So we had to move to another line of business. Even though we're licensed for it, we had no experience in it.
Yes.
But this is now our bread and butter. So that was one of the ways that we dealt with that. Another challenge that we happen to have had is that naturally with attrition, migration and so on, and many Jamaicans, for whatever reason, have people abroad that are filing for them. And we had 3 staff that actually had to migrate.
Yes.
And to fill that space, it was a challenge. And so we started to have each person covering different areas in terms of apart from their desk. So we had the duplication of staff, knowing 2 or 3 desks that in the event of just sickness, illness, or whatever it is, we could do that. And finally, I would mention the fact that importantly, in insurance, you must insure your key staff because you can't replace them easily. And so you must have an insurance on your key staff so that God forbid one of them should die or something should happen like a critical illness or something that should take them out, which has happened in our company. We can quickly have the lump sum that is paid over to the company to help to tide you over during that time when scales of economies might be down.
Yes, might I say, the key man insurance is very important for any business, especially the small and improving business. You need that key man insurance to ensure that the continuity and the liquidity of your company is not hampered by eventuality and in case of any mishap. You also mentioned the ability to pivot and to be very flexible when you face challenges. COVID-19 would have been challenges for many businesses. And what you have done is to expand your offerings to ensure that you're able to diversify your income stream. Notwithstanding, Sir Cook, you also mentioned that in diversifying your business income stream, you had to employ persons with the necessary resources. Now, listeners and viewers, there are times in which you are getting into business and you want to expand and you need to pivot into another business model to ensure that your business is sustainable. We implore you to outsource that resource, or you employ that resource outside. Learn while you go along. Do the dual dex training to ensure that you're able to learn from this experience and better your company going forward. We invite persons to call in, ask questions. We're here to answer questions for you. The number to reach us are 876-754-3694 or 876-908-0936. Our WhatsApp line is 876-546-2412. Call us. We are here to answer your questions. So, Sir Cook, we made mention of challenges, but I'm sure business has been rewarding for you, sir. Quite rewarding, yeah. So tell us, highlight some of the wins that you would have had in business so far, and how has that helped to shape your outlook on business?
Well, business is a marathon, and so, we're not looking at it as a sprint.
Yes.
So the wins, we take them as small as they come.
Yes.
So just achieving a target that was set on a monthly basis is considered a win. But one of our biggest wins, as I previously mentioned, is being able to retain our clients.
Yes.
Because the only clients really lose are the ones who probably sell their cars or that sort of thing.
Okay.
And that shows that customer service, we're doing something right. Also, the fact that we can serve persons remotely we take a joy in that because nowadays persons really want convenience and comfort, and we offer that home style facility
Yeah.
at Exodus in order to ensure that our clients are comfortable, that they are in touch. When we have a personal touch, it's not just an email or just a website that you go on and you do your transaction to a machine, but we are talking to persons, and I believe in doing that we're building relationship, and those are some of the wins that I would say I would take away from that.
So how has those wins helped to shape the culture and how you view business going forward?
Well, for one thing, it motivates the staff in terms of when they achieve their targets and they feel encouraged to continue to do this, and they're going all out as it relates to trying to reach the target month by month, day by day, year by year. Of course, we reward them as well because naturally a part of our mantra is to ensure that we
Yeah.
give incentive to staff for doing well. And the whole matter of business is that it's a step, it's a daily thing. It's something that you have to be consistent with.
Yeah.
And that basically have shaped the whole idea that, as I said, it was a marathon. It's something that take your time. You inch it off. By the inch it's a cinch, but by the yard it's hard. So
Yeah.
you just do it by inch,
Yes.
and that shows that you can go the long haul.
Yes. And viewers and listeners, I want to expand what Mr. Coker said here. The more you have wins in business, it creates a culture of achievement. And that culture of achievement creates a culture of pride. And that helps with the buy-in into what you are trying to achieve. So the more wins you have, it creates a culture in which you and your staff can actually move together in one tandem towards that goal. And the more you move towards one tandem towards that goal, then what happens is that you will become on a path of success and sustainable success at it. So we want to encourage persons, celebrate your wins. Celebrate your wins. Get a culture of high achievement. Celebrate your wins and watch your culture changes as you go along. So you previously mentioned some nuggets for us, and we are certainly happy to have had some of those nuggets. But what are some of the other factors that you haven't mentioned as yet that you think could help potential business owners and persons that are in business?
One of the things you must do is do research on the field that you're going in. It's very important.
Yes.
Because you must talk to persons who are in the field. If you're going into a new field and you're charting new waters, then you have to
Yes.
basically trailblaze there. But once you're going in a field that already exists, you must find out exactly what it takes to do this.
Yes.
When I went into business, I thought a certain amount of capital would have been enough.
Yes.
And then having the trial and error and everything else, I'm recognized I need 3 times that.
3 times. Yes.
It's very important to have a source of capital if you
Yes.
don't have it personally yourself. And some of the things you can do is like venture capitalists.
Yes.
There are many persons out there, investors, who would want to buy into something that you're doing well and know that you have the talent to do it. And the banks are a little expensive. So if you can get a venture capitalist and
Yes.
do something like that, something definitely, but you must have capital, you must have liquidity. You
Yes.
must be able to do the daily operations, because once you can take care of your bills, then the business will continue to go on as it continues to grow.
Yes, those are solid advice. And he made mention of venture capitalists, but I want to echo the sentiment that you can always offer shares to investors. So the thing is, I always make a principle that 100% of zero is still zero, but 20% of something large is greater than zero. So the idea is that you can pool your funds together to ensure that your business remains solid and your business go forward and you are able to share in a larger portion. I know the sentiment in Jamaica is that I must own my business, I'm not sharing it. But if you share your business, you're not giving up your vision. You're actually putting your company on a better solid footing for you to take on the future. So let me ask you, you have been a mega successful salesman. You have been good at marketing and selling and just giving your service to Jamaica. Let me ask you, what sort of a selling strategy and principles would you echo to some of these business persons in order to help them to put their company forward?
Well, actually, that's a very good question, because I've seen persons putting pitch together, trying to sell their products,
Yes.
and they really just don't know what to do. Coming
Yeah.
from a salesman
Yes.
background and being
Yes.
cultured in sales over many years, there's a way to do things in terms of how you do that. If you don't have the marketing skill,
Yes.
employ someone who does, because you're really selling either a service or a product.
Yes.
And you must have that strategy
Yes.
as to how to reach your customers. As I said, our strategies are home style hospitality. So
Yes.
people feel at home in terms of what we do.
Yes.
And that's how we talk. I mean, we keep the culture to wherever we are. If we're with a farmer, we're talking to a farmer in the farmer's language. If we're with
Yes.
a director, entrepreneur, whatever it is, we're speaking in their language. But importantly, you must get them to buy in to what you're selling and build that relationship. So it's very important that whatever you're doing, customer is very important, and that's why we are so proud of our retention in terms of our customers, because it shows that we're doing something right. And so customer service is very poor in Jamaica right now, so that's where you want to really make the edge.
Yes. So, in other words, Mr. Cook is saying to you, do not speak down to anybody. Let everybody feel a part of your company. They feel a part of your family, so that you're able to push and be in their space, so that they're able to see that you care about their business, their life, as much as you care about your own. And that will propel you in order to have the success that you want. And the retention, Mr. Cook boasts of his retention. I think he said that his retention is about 99%. No, that high retention rate speaks to the satisfaction of the customers and the relationship that he has with his customers. Maybe if you took some of the pointers here, ladies and gentlemen, you will be able to have such a high retention rate and to ensure the success and sustainability of your own company. But Mr. Cook, what's next for Exodus Insurance Brokers?
Well, as I said, we basically have pipe dreams. So we have year to year exactly what we want to do. One of the main things we want to do right now is to make it easier for our customers to contact us via social media and that sort of thing. So we're going to be doing some marketing as related to that. But most importantly, we have a pipe dream in the next 3 years to be launching out with another branch at Exodus. So we are building that despite the seasons. We're going to be on target for that, and we're going to be doing that. And incidentally, we're also going to eventually go public.
Yes.
Right, because that's going to be very important to our expansion.
Well, you hear it first on the business end. I tell you, the business end is for entrepreneurs. You hear it first that he plans to go to public. Here on the business end, we carry things that are groundbreaking. This is the business end. And Exodus Insurance Brokers has pointed for expansion and room for growth. And that's what he's saying. He wants to get that capital so he's able to branch off in other territories and to have other business lines. But how can people contact you, and where can they contact you?
All right, so basically we have telephone lines 345-3863. That's our in-house cell phone. There's also 619-9818, and that's our switchboard lines. Of course, we're at 10 Collins Green Avenue, just happen to be downstairs, Gosford, Jamaica. So definitely, if you know where that is, then you can contact us there as well. And there's our website and our social media platform, but we like to talk to you in person, so we'd prefer if you call us. So that's 345-3863, 619-9818. If you just have a query, just do info@exodusjm.com, and we'll definitely respond to you.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a talk, a very inspiring talk with Mr. Garfield Cook from Exodus Insurance Brokers. We want to thank you, sir, to take the time out to speak with us here on the business end and to break news for our viewers that we are able to expand capital through listing. This is another episode of the business end, and we want to thank each and every one of our viewers and listeners to stay with us and to ensure that most of those gems will be had. But before we go, let me unpack a few gems and that we'd have learned here today. He says, you must do business that you are passionate about. And once you're passionate about your business, it would ensure that you work and you do more and be more. And once you be more and do more, your business will be successful. He says, have a hands-on relationship with your customers, customer relation, and good customer service will embark on that journey together, and that would improve your business, sales and profitability. He also says, listen, you must have a culture of winning mentality, a culture of achieving, and that culture will have the buy-in of your staff, have the buy-in of your entire company, so that you're able to buy into the vision. Celebrate your wins, ladies and gentlemen. Celebrate your wins for 2024 and you watch your company grow. We can be contacted at the Business End Show on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok. Come over, interact with us. It is at the Business End on Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify and TikTok. This has been another episode of The Business End. Until next episode, continue to be your increasing best. Thank you.
Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister are powered up to share their expertise on the business end. But don't forget to tell a friend or a colleague. And of course, have your tools on hand, your notebook and your pen. Classes are in session every Tuesday, 3:30 on Gospel JA for the business end. Master Coach Apostle Courtney McLean and Business Coach Zidane Simister await you.